caskets, gold, silver, and lead. Portia expresses her frustrations but is determined to honor her father's wishes. One of Portia's suitors, the Prince of Belmont, chooses the gold casket, which contains a skull and a letter indicating that he has failed. Another suitor, the Prince of Argon, chooses the silver casket that he has failed. Lastly, Bassanio arrives in Belmont. He deliberates upon which casket to choose. He thinks and eventually he lands on the lead casket, thus winning Portia's hand in marriage. The couple are wed successfully. Graciano too reveals that he and Nerissa, Portia's maid, have decided to get married. The couples are happy. However, their happiness is short-lived as a messenger arrives from Venice, stating that Antonio's ships have been lost at sea. Antonio is distraught. Bassanio rushes to Venice to save his friend. Portia and Larissa follow suit after reading the letter.
Answer a stony adversity, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty from any gram of mercy.
I had heard your Grace had taken great pains to qualify his rigorous course, but since he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me out of his envy's reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with the quietness of spirit.
Go on and call the Jew into the court.
My lord, he is ready at the door. Here he comes.
Shiloh, the world thinks and I think so too, that thou but lettest this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act, and then this thought, thou show thy mercy and remorse more strange, and where thou now exerts the penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, thou wilt only lose the forfeiture, but touched with human gentleness and love, forgive a moiety of principle, glancing an eye on his losses, and now to press a royal merchant down. From brassy bootsmen, rough hearts of flint, from stubborn Turks and Tartars never trained, to the officers of gentle courtesy, we all expect a gentle answer to you.
I have informed your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. You will ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I will not answer that. But say, it is my humor. You should answer. What if my house be troubled with a rat and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it paid? What? Unanswered this. Some men there are love not a gaping pig. Some that are mad if they behold a cat, and others, when the bagpipe sings by the nose, cannot contain their zeal for affection. Mistress of passion, sways it to the mood of what it likes or loathes. Now, for your answer, as there is no firm reason to be rendered, why he cannot abide a gaping pig, why he a harmless necessary cat, why he a woolen bagpipe, but of force, must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended. So, can I give no reason? Nor I will not. More to the Lord state in a certain loathing. I bear Antonio, that I thus follow this losing suit against him. Are you answered?
This is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty.
I am not bound to please you with my answers.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he will not kill.
Every offense is not the hate at first.
What? Do you have a serpent sting you twice?
I pray you, to question but accuse. You may as well go, stand upon the beach, and with the main flood, beg his usual height. You may as well use question with a bull, that why he has made a plea for the lamb. You may as well do anything most hard, and seek to soften that. But what's harder is Jewish heart. Therefore I do beseech you, make no more effort.
6,000 ducats. Here is 6.
If every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond.
How shall you hope for mercy, rendering none?
What judgment should I fear, doing no wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave, which, like an asses and your mules and your dogs, you use in abject and a slavish part. Because you bought them, shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to your heirs. Why sweat they under burdens? Let their beds be as soft as yours and their palates be seasoned with yours. You will answer, the slaves are ours. So, do I answer you? The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. It is mine and I shall have it. If you deny it, fire upon your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. I stand here for judgment. Answer, shall I have it?
Silence! Upon my power, I may dismiss the code, unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent to determine this, come here today.
My lord, there stays without a messenger with letter from the doctor. You came from Padua.
Bring us the letter. Call the messenger.
Good Sir Antonio. What man encourageth that you shall have my blood, my bones, my flesh and all, or thou shalt not lose for me a single drop of blood.
I am a tainted withered flock, meatest footed, the weakest kind of fruit, dropped earliest to the ground. So let it cannot better be employed with Daniel than to live still and write my epitaph.
Came you from Padua, from Bellario?
From both, my lord, Bellario greets your grace.
Why dost thou wet your knife so earnestly?
To cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there.
Not on your sword, but on your sword are you. You knife keen, but no metal can.
No, none that thou hast been enough to make. Till thou canst nail the seal from off my bond, thou but offend thy lungs to speak so loud. Prepare your wit, youth, or it was born to cureless rule. I stand here for law.
This letter from Bellario doth commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he?
He attended thereby to know your answer, whether you will admit him.
With all my heart, go and give him courteous conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellario's letter.
Your grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter, I am very sick, but in the instant that your messenger came, a loving visitation was with me, a young doctor of Rome. His name is Balthazar. I beseech you, let his lack of ear be no impediment to let him lack a reverent estimation. For I never knew so young a body with so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation.
You hear the learned Bellario, what he writes, and here I take it. Is the doctor come?
Portia, disguised as the young lawyer Balthazar, enters the courtroom. This is the time that she delivers her famous The Quality of Mercy speech.
Are you from old Bellario?
I did, my lord.
You are welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that hold the present question in the court?
I am informed thoroughly of the cause, which is the merchantship and which the Jew.
Old Shylock and Antonio both stand forth.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature, the suit you follow. Yet, in such a rule of Venetian law, cannot deny as you do proceed. You stand within his danger, do you not?
I, his face.
You confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful?
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
Well, the quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth
him in the court. Yes, twice the sum. If it will not suffice, I'll give it 10 times over on 4 feet of my head, my hand, my heart. If it will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down to me. And I beseech you, just once the authority to do a great right, do a little wrong, and curb the cruel devil of his will.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a degree established. It will be recorded for precedent, and many an error by the same example will rush into the state. It cannot be.
A Daniel come to judgment. Yeah, a Daniel. Oh, wise young judge, how do I honor you?
I pray you, let me look upon the God.
Here it is, most reverend doctor. Here it is.
Shiloh, this thrice many offered thee.
An oath, an oath. I have an oath in heaven. Should I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why? This bond is for free and lawfully the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be cut off by him to the nearest to merchant's heart. Consider it. Take thrice so many and degree clear the bond.
Only when it is paid according to the terms.
Most heartily, I think beseech the court to give the judgment.
Why then, thus it is. Prepare your bosom for his life.
Oh, noble judge, oh, excellent young man.
For intent and purpose has a full relation.
By his breast, so says the bond. Does it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart, those are the very words.
It is so. Are they balanced with the flesh?
Yes. I have them here.
How by some surgeon Shiloh, lest he do bled to death?
Is it so nominated in the bond?
It is not so expressed, but what of that? It were good you do so much for charity.
It is not there in the bond.
You, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little, I'm armed and well prepared. Fare you well. Grieve not that I'm fallen into this for you. For her infortune shows herself more kind than is a custom. Permit me to your honorable wife, tell her the process of Antonia's end. And when the tale is told, let her be the judge. For the Bassanio once had a love. Repent but you, that he shall lose the friend. And he repents not that he does pay you debt. For if the Jew do cut but deep enough, I'll pay presently with all my heart.
Antonio, I'm married to a wife which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife, and the whole world are not esteemed with me above your life. I would leave them all, sacrifice them all, here to this devil to deliver you.
I have a wife to whom I protest I love. I would she would be in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this courage you.
I have a daughter. Would any of the stock of Barabbas had been her husband rather than a Christian? With different time, I pray you, pursue sentence.
Therefore, the same merchant's flesh is yours. The code accords it and the law does give it.
Most learned judge.
So prepare yourself to cut off the flesh of his breast.
Most rightful judge. A sentence. Come. Prepare.
Daddy! A little. There's something else. The bomb does give no drop of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. If, in cutting of it, you shed a single drop of Christian blood, all your lands and goods are by the law of Venice confiscated unto the state of Venice.
To upright judge, mark you, a learned judge.
Is that the law?
Yourself shall see the bond. You shall have justice more than you desire.
take the offering, pay the bond thrice, and let the Christian go.
Here is the money. Take this and stay away from us.
The Jew shall have all justice. No haste. The Jew shall have nothing but the penalty.
A Daniel, a second Daniel Jew.
Give me my principal and let me go.
A Daniel, a second Daniel. Thank you, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Shall I not have barely my principal?
You shall have nothing but the penalty to be taken at thy peril, Jew.
Fine. Count thou for the mercy.
That you shall see the difference of our spirit. I pardon you your life before you ask it. For half your wealth with Centonios, and other half comes to general state, which humbleness may drive.
Upon his death unto the gentleman that lately stole his choice. Two things provided more that for this favor he presently become a Christian, and the other that he do record a gift here in the code that all he dies possess unto his son-in-law Lorenzo and his daughter.
He shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced here.
Are you content, Jew? What do you say?
I am content.
Court dismissed.
I pray you, allow me to go, my lord. I am not well.
The king, showing clemency, spares Charlotte's life, but takes away half his will. This scene shows the complexities of human relations, the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law.
He has insulted me and caused me a fortune. He has mocked my successes, ruined my deeds, turned my friends against me, and increased the hatred towards me from my enemies. And why? Because I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, passions, affections? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same summer and winter as a Christian. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? If you wrong us, shall we not revenge?
What a brilliant performance! Each character brought a unique emotion and the timeless things of merchants of Venice and life and faith. We have seen love, loyalty, revenge and mercy, all in one with evening.
Let's give them a huge round of applause.